Hi, before we begin with our Python programming journey, there are two softwares that we need to install before we could, write the code, or before we can write our Python code. We're going to need Python. We're going to need to install Python and also PyCharm on our machine. This lesson will focus on installation of Python and PyCharm on Mac. So PyCharm is a software that we're going to be using to write our Python code. So there are plenty of options out there that you can use to write a Python code. But PyCharm, it was designed specifically for Python. That's why I'm recommending to start with PyCharm as a beginner. So let's go ahead and install Python first. Then after this, we'll go and install PyCharm. So I'm just gonna go ahead to python.org. This is Python official website. Go to downloads and go to Python. So depending on the time that you'll be installing your Python, this could be a different version, but at this time of recording is 3.11.4. Then obviously it's on Mac. Let's go ahead and download this. So it will take some time to finish. I've already downloaded it here, so I'm just gonna close this, then double click on this. So this is the window that I will see, or that the window that you will see as soon as you double click on that Python installer. Then click continue, and continue, agree, and install. So I'm just gonna put my password here and give it a few seconds to finish the installation. So as soon as it's done, you'll see this window. Let's close this and also close this. But now let's confirm whether Python was installed properly. So let's go to the Launchpad and type in terminal. So to confirm whether Python was installed properly, let's type Python -- version. If you see this, Python and specific version, this part here could be different depending on the Python that you've installed. But if you see this, know that your Python was installed successfully. Since you are done with Python, so let's go on to the next one, which is PyCharm. So let's type PyCharm on Google and click enter. Then we want to click this link here, download PyCharm. PyCharm has two editions or versions. Then we have PyCharm Professional and PyCharm Community. So we want to install PyCharm Community because it's free and open source. So let's download PyCharm Community Edition. Then this will start downloading. So it will take few minutes to, depending on your internet speed. But I've already downloaded this. I'm just gonna close this. Then look for the one that I've downloaded earlier. So this is the one that I've downloaded. Just double click on it. Then you drag it into applications. So the moment it's done, let's open applications. Then look for PyCharm CE or PyCharm Community Edition. So let's just double click on it to open it. Then open. So if this is the first time you open PyCharm, then you be probably greeted with the screen here, whereby you can open the previous projects. Also, we can create a new project. But let's just create a simple new project here. The first part here is the folder of your project folder that you're going to be using to store your Python code. This one is on my desktop, and this is called Python Project 5. The second part here is it's just to create a virtual environment for you when you create a project. This virtual environment, it means that this is a space that you can create within a computer specifically for development purposes. But obviously, when you've clicked on this, then it will auto create that virtual environment. The fourth part here is the Python interpreter, or the Python that we just installed. So if you install multiple Python, if you click here, you can see all the Pythons, or all the Python, you can see all the Python interpreters that are there within your machine, or that are installed within your machine. But basically here we're just going to use Python 3.11. Then the last part here is, when you have clicked on this checkbox here, it will auto create a file called main.py. Then I'll just show you the file after we create this project. So let's go ahead and do create. This is basically what you'll see after you click that create. Let's just close this and this. This is the file that I was talking about that will be created automatically for you. And this is the folder that we have talked about earlier that you'll see under your location there. So this is where your main.py will be stored. Then let's just delete all this. Let's just write a simple Python code. Let's just print our name. Right, then click run. So this name should be printed somewhere. It will be printed here. If you anything that you type here, it will be, the moment you run it, it will be printed here. So if you don't understand much about all these, you are going to cover this in details. Here we just wanted to install PyCharm. So PyCharm is completed for Mac. Then you're going to go off and do installation on Windows. Cheers.